There are moments in life when the questions become louder than the prayers. Moments when your heart is not asking for blessings, not asking for miracles, but asking for explanations. Why, God? Why did this happen? Why didn't you stop it? Why am I still here, waiting, hurting, confused? You kneel down, but instead of surrender, you demand clarity. Instead of trust, you seek control. But here is a truth that is hard to accept. Some answers would not heal you. Some explanations would not strengthen your faith. Some truths revealed too early would actually break you. That is why there are seasons when God does not give answers. Not because He is distant, not because He is silent, but because He is protecting your faith. The Bible reminds us of this in Isaiah 55:8-9. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. God sees the entire story. You see the pain of today. God sees the purpose of tomorrow. If God explained everything to you right now, your limited understanding would try to judge an eternal plan, and that weight would be too heavy for your heart to carry. So instead of giving answers, God offers something deeper, something stronger, something that lasts longer than explanations. He offers strength, because answers may satisfy curiosity for a moment, but strength sustains you for a lifetime. Think about it. Some of the greatest people of faith did not receive answers. They received endurance. Job never received a full explanation for his suffering. God never sat him down and explained every reason behind his losses. Instead, God revealed His greatness, His sovereignty, His power. And that was enough to restore Job's soul. Joseph never understood why betrayal was part of God's plan. He didn't know why obedience led him to a pit, then to prison. But what sustained him was not answers, it was strength. And when the time came, everything made sense. But only after he survived the process. This is why God often delays explanations. Because survival comes before understanding. Right now, you don't need to know why. You need the strength to keep walking. The Apostle Paul understood this deeply. He prayed not for explanations, but for relief. And even then, God didn't remove the pain. Instead, God gave him strength. In 2 Corinthians 12:9, God says, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." He didn't say, "Let me explain everything to you." He said, "Let me sustain you." Grace carries you through them. There are seasons when faith is not about clarity. It is about endurance. You don't trust God because you understand Him. You trust God because you know His character. And this is where many people lose their way. They think faith requires answers, but faith actually grows in the absence of them. If God explained every step, there would be no need for trust. If everything made sense, there would be no need for faith. Hebrews 11 reminds us that faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen, not things explained, not things understood, things unseen. And that is uncomfortable. That is painful. That stretches the soul. But that is where faith becomes real. Sometimes you are not waiting for answers. You are being trained to trust without them. God knows that explanations can make you passive, but strength makes you resilient. Answers can make you comfortable, but strength prepares you for battles. And the truth is, if God answered everything now, you might stop seeking Him. You might rely more on logic than on relationship. But God is not interested in just informing you. He wants to transform you. That is why, instead of clarity, He gives peace. Instead of reasons, He gives presence. Philippians 4:7 says, "And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." A peace that surpasses understanding. That means peace that exists even when answers do not. This peace is not logical. It is spiritual. It doesn't come from explanations. It comes from trust. When God withholds answers, He is inviting you into deeper dependence, into a faith that does not collapse when life stops making sense. Because there will be moments, and maybe you are in one right now, when life will never give you closure. Some losses will remain unexplained. Some prayers will seem unanswered. And if your faith depends on explanations, it will not survive those moments. But if your faith is rooted in strength, it will endure anything. That is why your prayer needs to change. Not, "God, explain this to me," but, "God, strengthen me through this." But even if it doesn't, strength will keep you standing. And here is the beautiful truth. God never asks you to be strong on your own. Isaiah 40:29 says, "He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak." You receive it. You don't have to carry the weight alone. God carries it with you. Every step you take, even when confused, is seen by Him. Every tear you cry, even without answers, is counted. And one day, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, you will look back and realize something powerful. The season that made you ask the most questions was the season that made you the strongest. So stop asking God for answers that might break you. Ask Him for strength that will sustain you. Because when answers fade, strength remains. When explanations fail, faith endures. And when you reach the other side, not because you understood everything, but because God held you through it, you will realize that His silence was never absence. It was preparation.